Vaibhav. In today's session of Visual JForex, we will be taking a look on the indicator named APO, the absolute price oscillator. This is an indicator made up of the combination of different moving averages. We can use SMA, EMA, or other types of the moving averages to take the difference of these moving averages to see if the moving averages are moving apart or moving towards each other, and this gives an idea of the underlying instrument's price action. We get to see if it is trending or if it is in a sideways consolidation manner. So depending on how this indicator is showing the values, whether the difference is on the rise or fall or it's falling, we can take the considerate approach to the trade setup. So as you can see from this short description, we can take out various moving averages. Here the focus has been given on the EMA, as most of the traders choose to prefer choose to work with the exponential moving average, and we will see how we can deploy these on the Visual JForex platform, and also its use to build the profitable algorithmic system which can be deployed on the demo or the live account if you are confident enough of its efficiency and its underlying logic. The start point can be any of the three. For today's session, we will work with the on candle start point. It will initiate the trade setup. Here you have the info section. If you feel you need more clarity on its functioning, then you can simply click here and see what the APO is all about. Of course, you can always do the more search on the internet as well. Now coming to these input parameters, we have to first choose the default instrument. For today's session, we will stick with the Euro USD. Then it comes to the question of time period. What should be the candlestick time period for the underlying instrument to see if we are going to get good trading opportunities. To do that, we basically have to see on what time frame we want to base our trading on. If you want to look for scalping kind of opportunities, then it's better if we stick with the lower time frame. If we want the swing trades, then we have to work with the longer time frame, and depending on the time frame you choose, you will get the stop loss and target pricing, as it is always going to be dependent on the trend in various time frames. So here for today's session, let us choose to work with the 4-hourly setup. This is an Euro USD chart of 4 hours. We will add the indicator APO. All you have to do is quick search APO, and here we get this absolute price oscillator, and this is basically the difference between the 12 and 26 SMA. Here we have these three parameters defined, and as you can see, the values are given there. So this is APO is giving out the output values with the lower SMA being of 12 period and longer SMA is of 26 period, and we can see that after due consolidation, as you can see here, we get to see these APO values shooting up, and that means the two SMAs are moving apart, and when the SMA starts to converge, we get to see these APO values starting to fall. So that's how this system works. We can pretty much compare this indicator to the MACD. These are fairly similar, but with MACD we are more concerned with the output of each line, the signal line and the MACD, which are also based on different moving averages. Here we don't take into consideration the output of individual SMA or EMA or whichever indicator of moving average we are using. We are more concerned with the difference that is being generated between the two moving averages, and depending on that, even I feel this is an excellent indicator if you want to trade at the start of the new trend. So all you have to do is allow the APO values to fall, and when after this due consolidation, of course you also need to figure out the trend, and for that you will need other indicators also to use on the algorithmic setup in conjunction with the APO. APO is more of an momentum indicator. You get to know whether the underlying instrument is trending or whether the underlying instrument is in a consolidation phase. And mostly, as you can observe from the chart, we get SMA values depending on the price action, of course, and after due consolidation, whenever there is new move on the either side, we get to see these APO values shooting up, and after the long moves, as the price action slows down, we get these APO values in decline mode. So depending on what is your idea to find the trend, you can use this indicator to figure out when to make an entry or exit in any particular instrument. So let us again go back on the chart to study more about the input parameters, the individual input parameters. So here for today's session, we will work with the time period of 4 hours. So let us change this to 4 hours. We are not really going to build the algorithmic setup. We will do it in coming sessions. For today's session, we are just trying to get us familiar with this indicator. Shift is the look back period. Look back period gives you an idea of the output value for that particular time period. If you use the shift as 0, then you get the output value for the current candlestick, and if you use the shift say 5, then you go back in time by 5 candlesticks, and then you get the output value at that point in time. So that's how the shift is used. It is basically used to do the comparison between the recent value and the earlier values, and also we can take the different output values and try to analyze the situation also. So this is an extremely useful input parameter. Now it is the fast period and the slow period. So here one is the shorter MA period and one is the longer MA period, and here the shorter ones moves fast, so it is given as the fast period, and the longer MA period moves slower, so it is given as the slow period. So here, depending on the type of moving average we choose, we will be getting the output value for 12 periods of 4 hours each. So if we choose SMA, then we will be looking at the SMA of 12 periods of 4 hours each. So that's how it is going to be. And if we change this to say a different kind of moving average, then the output values will change. Here we have all these moving averages listed here, and any of the indicator, any of these value can be used to design and develop the algorithmic setup. So for example, let us choose T3. Now here this will be the output value dependent on the T3. So again, let us change this indicator which we have put on the chart to reflect the changes we have made in the indicator block of the Visual JForex. Edit indicator. Here we make it. Please observe the output values. SMA and here this is T3. With T3, the smoothing is a lot better. Okay, so here we have this situation where after due consolidation, we get again the fresh initiation of the new moves in the price action, and the curves are looking a lot smoother, and that is also one of the function of the T3. And as you can observe from the chart, this is an good setup to work with, and of course you have to use these with in conjunction with other trend finding indicators, and then with the help of that and these indicators you can design the system to carry out the trading as per your requirements only and only when you want the trades to be open. So you can design the system with help of this indicator on the Visual JForex platform, and then you can run it on live or demo account, and of course on the demo account first till you feel confident enough of its soundness. Offer side can be either bid or on the ask, and then applied price. Coming to the applied price makes a lot of difference. What is the applied price you are going to use for any particular indicator makes a lot of difference in its output. So we have to be careful while choosing the applied price. For example, if we edit this indicator to reflect another applied price, now currently it is based on the closing price. If we make it high price, here the APO value has changed to some extent. If we use low price, again the APO value has changed. So depending on what is your applied price, you will get the different output values, and that is going to make a lot of difference in your trade initiations. As the values changes, the underlying setup will be different, reflecting different realities. So that's it from my side for today's session. In tomorrow's session, we will be getting familiar with another indicator of the same class. So till then, work with this indicator and see how far you can go with this in designing and profitable algorithmic system. Have a fabulous day ahead. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.